and GBT. Translation. This may be because I did not specifically point out the devotional service of the Lord, which is dear both to the perfect beings and to the infallible Lord. Purport. The dissatisfaction which was being felt by Srila Vyasadeva is expressed herein in his own words. This was felt for the normal condition of the living being in the devotional service of the Lord. Unless one is fixed in the normal condition of service, neither the Lord nor the living being can become fully satisfied. This defect was felt by him when Narad Muni, his spiritual master, reached him. It is described as follows. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Navaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Harijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shivishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaurabhakta Pancha Kalpatarubhishya Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Bhavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Kim va bhagavata dharma na prayena nirupitaha priya paramahamsanam taeva hiyachyuta priyaha. This may be because I did not specifically point out the devotional service of the Lord, which is dear both to the perfect beings and to the infallible Lord. The chapter is titled The Appearance of Sri Narad. Vyasadeva had just compiled all the Vedas, but he was not happy. He desired that I should compile the knowledge because in Kali Yuga the jivas are less intelligent. Everything should be written. Before it was not written down. So he wrote everything down and he presented everything. In the Vedanta Sutra, the main Srimad, the Chaturved Vedas, some Puranas, Mahabharata. But he was not happy. In the previous verse, he says, I'm feeling incomplete, though I myself am fully equipped with everything required by the Vedas. He presented everything, and he himself, he's a complete personality. He was purified, he had knowledge, but he said something is not right. Although I compiled the Vedas and I have knowledge, but I feel as if I'm not complete, something is not proper. Then he says, why? He writes here. He says, this may be because I did not specifically point out the devotional service of the Lord, which is dear both to perfect beings and to the infallible Lord. There's one of the Upanishads which ISKCON publishes. We don't publish any Upanishads. What is the name? Isha. Who has read that Upanishad? Who has read that book? Okay, you should read it. Isha Upanishad is supposed to be the foremost of the 108 prominent Upanishads. It has an invocation. Invocations before the text starts, to invoke auspiciousness, a mantra is chanted. So in this Upanishad, the invocation is Om Purnamada Purnam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. This is chanted in many yajnas. It's very auspicious mantra, very deep meaning. So Prabhupada wrote the translation for that. that Om Purnam Adah Purnam, that I am offering my obeisances to the complete whole, the complete personality, the complete, from whom everything complete emanates, like this creation. Om Purnam Adah Purnam Purnat Purnam Udachyate, because he is complete and lacking in nothing. Therefore, he is known as the complete whole. Anyway, the verse goes on, but important point to note here is the Supreme Personality of Godhead is complete. He has all the qualities. He has all the opulences. He is not lacking in anything. We emanated from him. Eko Bahusyam. Supreme was one. Bahusyam. He expanded into many. Chetana means conscious beings, and who are also happy and full of knowledge and bliss, Satchidanand. So he expanded into us and also avatars. But not all the expansions are on Supreme Godhead category. There are two kinds of expansions from the Supreme. What are the names? What is it?
It is avatar and avatar.
No. Swamsha. No, that is, Swangsha and Vibhin Angsha. Supreme expanded to many. Can you put a mat? Supreme expanded. So now, the expansions, Angsha. One is Sva Angsha, means his own expansion. Svangsha. Other is Vibhin. Bhina means separate. Separated. We are separated. We are not Supreme Personality. We expanded from him, but we are not on that category. So he expanded. Now we appeared. But when we say in Bhagavad Gita in the introduction, Prabhupada speaks about the absolute truth. That includes all his incarnations and us. Altogether, this is absolute. In the sense that when we speak about absolute truth, the jivas belong with him. Belong, but they're not in his category. They belong as servants. So these are the expansions. So we, being expansions of the Supreme, are complete and perfect. Yes, we are, but only if we are in the original activity that we are supposed to be doing. Purna, the Supreme is complete. He's not lacking anything. Everything expanded from him is also complete. And Prabhupada writes in the purport of that verse, this material universe is also complete. Now we are seeing some kind of incompleteness. Somewhere there's a desert, people are not having food. Somewhere there is no water. We are seeing some incompleteness. We are seeing some problem. But that is because we are not acting in harmony with the complete. We are not connected to him. On individual level also, if a person, one of these expansions like us, are not united with the Supreme, we are not in a state of yoga, connection. How do we connect? Service, consciousness, intelligence, buddhi yoga, karma yoga, bhakti yoga. But bhakti yoga has all of these. When we are serving the Supreme in devotion, it includes all other forms of yoga, all other connections. So when we are serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is a state of completeness, perfection. That is called Krishna consciousness. Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhava Mati. Rupa Goswami writes, in that state of serving the Supreme, Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhava Mati. One is in a consciousness or a state of mind whereby he is experiencing a rasa, Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhava, and a bhav which is derived from bhakti, devotion to Krishna. Within that energy is happiness, Hladini Shakti. Within that energy is existential sarva, that is samvit sandini. That means the jiva is Satchit Anand. He is eternal, full of knowledge and happiness when he is serving the Supreme Lord, because he comes under internal energy. Krishna tells Arjun, one who does my bhakti, Mahatmanas tu mam partha, second line, Daivim prakritim maashrid. They come under the internal energy. One who does bhakti is not under Maya. They come under this energy, spiritual energy of Krishna. Under that spiritual energy is happiness, is knowledge, and is sat, chit sat also, eternality. Now, we are not serving the Supreme Lord. We are not connected to Him. And so what is happening? We are not happy. We are not having knowledge. We are not experiencing eternality. Now, in this state of being, we are not perfect. We are not Purnam. That is not because there is a dosh with Krishna's creation. It's because we are Kshara. We are not in oneness with the purpose of the creation. In the Bhagavad Gita, it's explained that Krishna, Prabhupada writes, meaning of Kshar and Akshar, the two types of jivas. Those who are in oneness with the creation, that means they are assisting, they are agreeing with the purpose of the creation. What is the purpose of this creation? What is the purpose of the spiritual and material worlds? To enjoy ourselves? No. To enjoy? Who should enjoy?
Spiritual world is to serve the Lord, and material world is to
Yeah.
get that consciousness.
Yeah. In this material world, we are supposed to go prepare ourselves to return. But basically, Prakriti, this is Prakriti. There's Prakriti and Purusha. In this material creation, everything will be divided into two. Prakriti, Purusha. Purusha is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What is Prakriti? Nature means that which is meant for the enjoyment of Purusha. We are Prakriti. We are meant for his enjoyment. This is all Prakriti. Basically speaking, that everything is meant for Krishna's enjoyment. If it is engaged in his enjoyment, that is the perfection. So Akshar, the jivas who are liberated, they are in a state where they are using everything for Krishna's service and they are serving Krishna. But Kshar, which is us, those who are falling, those who are not in a state of serving Krishna, they are fallen. They use the energy for their enjoyment, and they are also using their body and their senses for their enjoyment. Therefore, there must be a problem. There is a problem. The law of the universe is that everything should be for Krishna. Krishnarte khila cheshta. Cheshta activities should be for the benefit of Krishna. Then everything is happy, perfect. If everything is in Krishna's service, then it comes under his energy. He directly supervises and manages. A devotee, someone who is engaged in his life, has given his that iha yasya hare dasya karmana manasa gira. His body and actions, karmana, manasa, mind, gira, and words in service of Krishna. Krishna personally takes care of that personality. But what do we think? No, I have to take care of my food, my things personally, then I'll serve Krishna. We are thinking like that. But actually Krishna will supply everything. We are supposed to serve him. There are 700 verses in Bhagavad Gita which explain about Krishna, this process of how to link to Krishna. Each one, these are known as the jewels of Mahabharata. Each one of the verses is very deep. There's a purpose. It is the truth. It's portraying what is the absolute truth. None of them are extra. So one of the verses there, Krishna says that those who serve me, dedicating everything to me, yoga kshemam vahamiham, I'll give them what they lack, and whatever they have, I'll preserve, that it's not lost. We make extreme endeavor for our existence, then secondary is serving Krishna. But Krishna explains that if you simply serve me, everything will be taken care of. That is a natural state of the jiva. If the jiva is not engaged in that, then he is not complete. Here Vyas has written everything about the Vedic knowledge. But what we understand, that the majority of Vedic knowledge is not how to realize God. Here in chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna himself tells Arjuna Because Arjuna spoke very learned words, why he should not fight. Educated. He was educated in Veda. But which Vedic knowledge? Because it's mentioned there, Krishna tells Arjuna, Traiguna Vishaya Veda. The Vedas, 90% is simply how to enjoy in this world. Traiguna. So now Krishna begins to speak to Arjuna how to come beyond. He says, Nistraiguno bhav Arjuna. Arjuna, rise above it. Rise above this. So Arjuna had so much knowledge and information of the Vedas, which is good, it's true. But it was not pertaining to Bhagavad. In this verse, there's a word, Bhagavad Dharma. We have a lot of dharmas enunciated in the Vedas, different levels of dharma. Dharma of a Brahmana, Vaishya, Shudra, dharma of a son, brother, different dharmas. But Bhagavad Dharma, that was not clearly enunciated. And there's a reason for that. Because most of the jivas, they are not here to serve God. They are here to enjoy, isn't it? Why did we come? If you want to serve God, you would have stayed there. We came here to escape. So Krishna is facilitating. Okay, this is a playground. You can come play. Take this body, take this world. Now pretend that you're in charge. I'm earning my money. I'm supporting myself. It's like a play, a drama. But it's not factual. So yeah, we are trying to be here. So now when Vyasa wrote all the information, it's true most of the Vedas, they contain yajnas and different things to how to enjoy this world and how to prepare to go to Swarga. But Bhagavad Dharma is not much enunciated. It's in Bhagavad Gita, it's in Srimad Bhagavatam. Kaumaram acharit pragyo dharman bhagavatan iha. Prahlad Maharaj says, from very young age we should start learning Bhagavad Dharma. Durlabha manusham jarma tadabhi adruvam arthadam. Because we have gotten the human form which is so rare. We have gotten the human form which is so rare to get. And you may say, I got it, but I'm going to die anyway. Adruvam, it's going to die. I'm going to die. It's not that I have it eternally. It's of value. He says, Tadabi adruvam arthadam. Yes, it's temporary, but arthadam, it's such a great value. Why? Because with this human form, I can learn Bhagavad Dharma and go back to Bhagavan. Adruva means we don't know when we'll die. Anytime we can die. We don't know our destination after that. But we got the greatest gift by which we can understand Bhagavad Dharma. So Vyasa had written all the Vedas down, but he was not happy. He said, somehow I wanted to do benefit to the jivas, but I feel I did not do benefit. I feel I did not. Why? Because actually he didn't explain Bhagavad Dharma. He didn't explain that dharma by which we can come out of this material world and clearly understand who we are, what is our duty, and what is the goal. Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojan. What is our sambandha to the Supreme? What is our action in relation to that? Bhakti. And what is the goal? Goal is love of God. The goal is again bhakti. Means is bhakti, the goal is bhakti. So he was not happy. He didn't point out this. He also knew that. He says, this may be, I was not happy when I compiled the Veda. This may be because, let me know if you need the speaker or is it okay? Good. This may be because I did not specifically point out the devotional service of the Lord, which is dear both to perfect beings and the infallible Lord. He didn't point out Bhagavad Dharma. The only way to come out of this universe is through Bhagavad Dharma. Other so-called dharmas, they are naimitic. Naimitic means they pertain to this body. The body is temporary. Okay, but they're important. Brahmana dharma, Kshatriya dharma. These dharmas were given that how we can live in this world. What is dharma of a son? What is dharma of a brother? It's given. Manu Samhita gives so many social codes. These are important. But finally we have to come out of this world. This is the topmost. Prema Pumarto Mahan, the highest goal of the living entity. Finally, we have to get liberation. That's intelligence. Why am I suffering? Finally, whatever I'm doing, whatever sadhana, whatever mantra, that finally we have to come out. Otherwise, what's the point? I lived in this world, I did everything, I fulfill all the duties, but I'm taking birth again and I'm entering the body of a dog. What's the point? That is not a perfection, that is not success. So Bhagavad was not enunciated. Vyasadeva, he understood this. Now, he said, it's written here, this defect was felt by Vyas. That I wanted to do benefit, but finally I did not give the final benefit. They have to come out. Bhagavad Dharma. Bhagavad Dharma, Bhagavad refers to, is in connection with Bhagavan. Bhagavat means awakening love of God. This our dharma in relation to God. Another word is Sanatan Dharma. So Naimitic Dharma means how to properly execute our relations, duties in relation to the body. But Naimitic means, comes from the word Nimish. It's temporary. It will go. This body will go. Then I have to do another dharma for that body, and another body, and another body. But I want to know what is the Sanatan Dharma. What is the eternal dharma in relation to the soul? Where is that written in the Vedas? Hardly, it's not written. Where there are in Vedanta Sutra, it's there, but we cannot access that. It's very high level. And there are mentions in some places. The Vedanta has taken all of it together. It's called the distilled essence of the Upanishads. Upanishads also explains about the absolute truth, but in impersonalistic way. Why? Because the jivas being envious, Irsha, they are still envious of God. So they will not properly be receptive to a personal form of God. So Upanishads don't explain the personal form. The personal form of God, directly explaining His nature, pastimes and qualities are given in the Bhagavatam only. Some part is given Vishnu Puran, Padma Puran, but that's not fully Dharma Projita Kaitava. It includes some what you call cheating religion. Kaitava Dharma means that generally people are not interested in Bhagavad Dharma. If you say we're going to discuss about Krishna and his pastime activities, people are not interested. But you have to cheat them that if you chant this mantra of Bhagavad Gita, you will get this much money, you will get you'll get a beautiful wife, and all your troubles will go. This is called Falashruti. So then they'll listen, then they'll do. So Bhagavad Dharma is directly given about Krishna. And so in the beginning, Vyasa has written, Dharma Projita Kaitava, that this cheating religion is not here. We are going to tell you directly what you have to do. Who are you? Who is the Supreme? This is perfect Dharma. And we will not be happy in this world unless we do Sanatan Dharma. We are now in imperfect state because we are not connected to the Supreme in Bhakti. But we are trying to seek that completeness and perfection in matter. You see, now there's a big crowd outside the cafe. Why? They came to be happy. My friends will be there. I'll have my neer dosa. Other people will be there, and together we'll enjoy. They're not happy sitting at home. They're thinking that completeness will be felt when I come here with my friends, with my food. So in this way, today on the holiday, people are seeking completeness in different ways. But I'm telling you, I'm not an astrologer, but I'm predicting the future. They'll not be happy, whatever they get, and they'll not be satisfied. Because what we understand from Shastra is that Purnam Udachyate, the complete whole is perfect. If we connect to Him, we'll be complete. And our completeness lies in connecting to Him. So we have to be complete, we have to connect to the Supreme by practicing Bhagavad Dharma, Sanatan Dharma. Until we don't do this, we'll not be happy. This kind of verse is repeated again later on in the 5th canto. There Sutta Goswami explains, Yasyam Shriman Krishna. Yes, Bhakti Yogena Manasi, Bhakti Yogena Manasi Samyam. Lokasya ajanata vidvams chakre satvata satim. So there's a verse where Vyasadeva is saying, Sutta Goswami is saying that, oh yes, I remember the verse. Anartha upashamam sakshad bhakti yogam adhokshadi lokasya ajanatha vidvams chakre satvata samhitam. This means that anartha upashamam, we have so much suffering, so many anarthas, which we are making so many arrangements to remove in material nature. But the verse is saying, anartha upashamam sakshad bhakti yogam adhokshade. Every single one of these dosh, suffering, imperfections can be extinguished by bhakti yoga. By the process of bhakti, one can remove all his bad qualities, one can become peaceful, actually one can get all the necessities of his life. It's a fact. They will get everything. Anartha upashamam sakshat bhakti yogam adhokshaje. Bhakti yogam adhokshaje. To Vishnu, not to devatas or anyone else. Lokasya ajanata, but people don't know this. People don't know that we can solve all our problems just by practicing bhakti yoga. They think, no, I have to do bhakti and this, bhakti and that, bhakti and this. And so, vidvams chakre satvat samitam. Therefore, vidvam here refers to Vyasadeva. Chakre satvat samhita. He compiled the Satvata Samhita. Srimad Bhagavatam was compiled for this purpose, to show all the living entities in this material world that your so-called material advancement in order to attain material peace and prosperity is not going to work. It has to be centered on bhakti, on the Supreme Personality. Vidvam chakre satvata, to explain to people. So the result is Srimad Bhagavatam. The Bhagavad Puran is meant for Bhagavatas, persons who are living their life in relation to the Supreme. Those who want to serve the Supreme, come to Him. Even if we don't understand, like I'm not having inclination, I don't understand, but I have Shraddha, faith, that by following this, everything will be perfect. So how can I come to that point? I have so many material desires, I have so many plans, whatever. But how to come to the level where I understand that the Supreme is the source of everything and the only destination? How? Reading Bhagavatam. By reading and understanding Srimad Bhagavatam, this is the result. That bhakti utpadyate pumsam, shoka moha bhayapaha. Bhakti utpadyate, bhakti awakens. Bhakti utpadyate pumsam, shoka moha bhayapaha. The suffering, shoka, lamentation. Everyone is lamenting. You see people's face. Why are they morose? They're lamenting. I don't have this. I want this. I want this. So they are so lamenting. Shoka. Moha. People are in an illusion. Shoka, moya, bhaya. Fear. Apaha. It's destroyed. All of this is destroyed. When one comes to knowledge, one comes to knowledge. So Vyas, he was right. That I didn't compile this. So people will not be able to get out of here. We finally have to come out of this material world. We have to come to love of God. So Srimad Bhagavatam is for that purpose. All the other Vedas can be realized by reading Bhagavatam. Yasvanubhavam akila shruti saram ekam adhyatma deepam atititishatam tamo andham. The Vyasadeva he compiled this text, which is Akhila Shruti Saram Ekam, one text, which is the sar of all the Shrutis. Yes, we have not read Rig Veda, we have not read Yajur Veda, Atharva Veda and Sama Veda, but the essence is here. Yasvanbhavam Akhila Shruti Saram Ekam Adhyatma Deepam Atitirshatam Tamo Andham. So he compiled this, which is like a light in this dark age of Kali. When there's darkness, we need a light. Now there's darkness because people don't know what to do, what to follow, who to worship. There's confusion. Even the Vedas are there. People don't know what to make, how to interpret it. Adhyatma Deepam Atitir Shatam. Atitir means people who are suffering. Tamo Andham, due to darkness. Sansaranam Karunaya Purana Guhyam. So these people who are in this samsara, material existence, he took great mercy on them and he compiled this. Samsarinam Karunayaha Purana Guhyam. This most confidential knowledge. In the previous yugas, it was not there. It was not there. Oh, it was very hidden. Now it's being distributed house to house. Whoever's fortunate to get it. That which Brahma Durlabha Prem, which even Lord Brahma is aspiring to get. It's come here in the form of Bhagavatam. Sabakare Jache. It's now being given to everybody. Such mercy. Vyas compiled this and it's being given. Purana Guhyam. Samsarinam Purana. Samsarinam Karunaya Purana Guhyam. Tam Vyasa Sununu Upayami Guru Muninam. Therefore, Suta Goswami is saying, therefore I offer my obeisance to the son of Vyas, Shuka, who has compiled it. Tam Vyasa Sununu Upayami Guru Muninam, who is the guru of all the munis. The munis know so much knowledge. We go to them for guidance. But the guru of all the munis is Shuka. When he spoke, they all sat down. So, finally, in order to mitigate the suffering, Vyas compiled Bhagavatam. And when he compiled it, then he felt complete. This is it. I compiled it. Now this is complete. Vedas are complete with the Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam had to be spoken. And now the jivas can come out of this material world. They'll get knowledge. They'll understand what is what. Who am I? Who is the Supreme? What is the work we should do? The topmost action. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.